Hi, I'm Cabalama, and this is the start of a new Let's Play Rule the Waves 2 playing as China. So the basic idea of this is that China has a lot of serious problems in this game. They've got a low budget and they've also got a very small dock size they start with, which is only 4,000 tons, which is less than any of the other nations. I was watching a YouTube video recently by No Name 117 Spore, in which he started a game as China, and he also had the further restrictions that he can't order or refit ships from any foreign yard. So that means China's got to build them themselves with their small docks and their undeveloped shipbuilding industry and their probable lack of technology. So that gives China another handicap, which just makes things a little bit harder for them. So I'm going to play a game with the same settings as that, just to see how easy it is or how difficult it is. Just basically playing a game on essentially a hard setting to give myself a bit of a challenge. So let's go to the next screen. And we're going to play as super large. We're going to have historical resources, harsher peace deals, and manual build of the legacy fleet. And I'm going to play as Kali Chang. So we've got historical resources, harsher peace deals, manual build of legacy fleet, and we're going to do it in slot 4. So I need to start off by building the existing fleet. Because I've got a limit of 4,000 tons, I can only build destroyers and light cruisers. So let's start off with a class of light cruiser. So this is a fairly basic early war light cruiser. It's got 6-inch guns and it's also got a secondary armament of 4-inch guns. And I'm going to call those the Hussein. And how many of those are going to be built? We've got funds of 349, so I'm going to build about 100 of those funds are going to be on the heavy cruisers, the light cruisers, sorry. So let's build 6 of them. So that's 6 of those. And then we're also going to build some destroyers. So this class of destroyer gives us adequate speed of 27 knots. It's got 4 torpedo tubes, which is good. It's got 3-inch main armor, which is also okay. And we're going to call these the Can. And we're going to build, I think we'll build 12 of them. Okay. And let's build some Corvette. So the Chen Yuan class are armed with 4-inch and 3-inch guns, which is adequate, and they've got minesweeping gear, which will come in useful. We're also going to, later on, we're going to have a class of anti-submarine warfare corvettes, but since we don't have submarines right now, that's not really necessary. So let's build maybe 12 of those. That costs 28. And we've still got some money left over, so let's build some more ships. And we're going to build some more destroyers. And we've still got more funds left over. Okay, well let's just have some more light cruisers then. Okay, and that's gives us, we've got 11,000 in funds left over, we've got a good monthly balance, and let's play our first move. Continue. Are you finished building your initial fleet? Yes. Select ships under construction. Okay, and we can build some more. So I'm going to build some more destroyers of the Can class. Right, and so that's more ships being built. And so we're building loads of destroyers, 1 cruiser and 1 KE. And let's make our first move. Yes. So the first thing we need to do is increase our docks. Build larger docks. And the next thing we're going to do is look at research. So research we're going to bump up to 12%. Machinery development we want on high because of steam turbines. And a lot of these are going to be low. Fire control always needs to be high. Subdivision medium. Turrets medium. Ship design, that always wants to be high. AP projectiles, because we've only got a maximum of 8-inch guns, that's more important for us than it is for others, so we're going to put those on high. Torpedoes are going to be high. Submarines low for now. Explosive cells low for now, and naval guns high. And so we've got guns of up to 8 inches, but the only guns that are really good are up to 6 inches. So that's our budget priorities, and let's make the next move. One of our shipyards is offering to build another unit. Excellent, we'll take that offer. A new cruiser from Great Britain has just arrived on a goodwill visit. If you want to know why we don't have a ship like that, just ask the politicians. That reduces my prestige, which I don't really want to do because it's only 19. Nice shipyards are just as good. That doesn't do anything. If that is the best they can come up with, we have nothing to fear from Britain. I'm going to do this. Well, actually, do I want tension with Britain? It gives us a prestige point. Okay, so that's all for that move. I don't really want a war with Britain, but shooting competition. Excellent idea. We will institute a competition forthwith. And looks like a lot of these destroyers are finishing. Right, raise armaments expenditure. Excellent, this will guarantee the safety of our nation. That increases tension. Strong navy increases budget and tension, and that reduces prestige, so I'm definitely not going to do that. So it's strong navy. So let's play the next move. 2 destroyers are commissioned into the navy, and let's have a look at our cruisers. Could we build another class of cruiser that's maybe better armoured or something? Right, what this design does is it gives us a main armament of 8-inch guns which have got a better penetration of 4.4 inch compared to the 6-inch gun which has only got 3 inch. So I'm going to build some of these. There's not so many of the guns, and their rate of fire is slowed down because they're in a less than 9-inch caliber turret. And the secondary armament is 5-inch guns, and I've also got a tertiary 3-inch. So I think that will complement our other ships. They've got a speed of 21, which is a 1 knot slower. So let's build some of those. Parliament votes to reduce naval spending. 2 destroyers commissioned into the navy. And I'm going to put some spying on Russia and Japan, since they're the countries that are most likely to be our immediate opponents. And this is a French armoured cruiser with 4 7-inch guns. Well, we're building ships that have got 4 8-inch guns. Mind you, look at those. That's got almost 3 times the displacement. It's the same speed. Okay, it's got a lot more thicker armour than us, but one of those ships isn't going to be better than 3 of our new ships. So that's good. So go to the build screen, and we're going to be building 3 of these, I think. In fact, we can build 4. So we're now building 4 of the new model of cruisers, and soon we'll have bigger docks, which will enable us to build bigger ships. Bigger and better things. The Dowager Empress wants to hold an international naval gathering. Well, that increases our prestige and reduces tension, so that's good. So we'll do that. And let's play the next move. So France has laid down a CA and Germany has commissioned the Bremen. One of our minor allies in Southeast Asia is threatened by a navy. Let's call an international peace conference, because if that involves the other powers having to reduce the size of their ships, that helps us. Much talk, but no concrete results. New docks. And so we're immediately going to build bigger docks. New Russian ship, the Latnik. It's got 2 10-inch guns, which are bigger than anything that we can have. 10 6-inch guns, again, that's quite a lot. If we were to fight that, we'd probably want to fight it with torpedoes. Coincidence rangefinder, that's good. Let's have a look what the other powers have got. The ones that we most need to care about are Russia and Japan. So Russia has got a bigger budget than us. Japan has got a smaller budget, but they've got much better ships. They've got 3 battleships and 2 heavy cruisers, whereas the biggest ships we've got are light cruisers. We've got lots and lots of destroyers, which is very good. A colonial crisis with Japan has arisen. You are asked for recommendations. What advice do you give the government? We must safeguard our interests. That gives us budget, prestige and tension. Avoid a war, budget and tension. We're not ready for war. That reduces our prestige. I think we're going to safeguard our interests. That gives us prestige. And we've now got some more money, so let's have a look at where the Japanese are. They've only got 19 destroyers, we've got 50. Well, we can start building the bigger cruisers now, so I think we probably ought to. So let's have a look at the Wei Qing. And we'll bump this up by 2,000 tons, and let's see what we can have with it. So we can have a 23 knot cruiser. Can we increase the belt to 3 inches? Yes, we can. So we'll do that. We'll give it 8-inch guns as its main armour. We'll bump up the secondary armament to 6-inch, while the tertiary armament can be 3-inch. Can we have more of these guns? Right, we need to give it another name. It wants the name Yu Yuan, so we're going to call it the Yu Yu. And our next class will be called the Yo-Yo. Right, so it's happy with that. Can I put more guns on it? Yes, I can. Alright, let's put even more guns on. Still seems to be happy. And the weight remaining is now 7. So I'm going to bump these down so that if I do at a later date want to refit those, I can do so. Because these ships are going to probably last a bit longer than my other ships. So that's the UUs. And they're going to cost 1,000 a month, which is rather a lot of money, but if it's money, isn't it? I'll just have to reduce my research and intelligence if I need to pay for it. Our ship has been commissioned into the Navy. Well, that gives us a bit of extra money. Japanese 8-inch guns have better performance than ours. I'm not surprised. There are reports that Russian scientists have invented Krupp armour. Well, that's not very good. Build screen. UU. We can only build one of these. So we've now got a positive budget of 400 a month. So maybe we'll build another one, or maybe an extra destroyer or something. Unexpected advances in turrets and gun mountings. Hydraulic recoil. CLI Hizen has finished her working up. Parliament votes to reduce naval spending. Better torpedoes. That's excellent news because I've got lots of destroyers. In fact, we should probably be building some more destroyers now. We can't really because the budget's gone down a bit. Doesn't matter. Let's play the next move. We've now managed to get blueprints of the new Japanese cruiser. So this cruiser's got 12 4-inch. Note that our cruisers have all got 8-inch or 6-inch main armament, which can penetrate his 2-inch belt, whereas his 4-inch is a bit pathetic and can't. So that's good. Destroyers of 600 tons displacement. That's very good. Our next class of destroyers will have 600 ton displacement. Well, we can't build them yet. We'll have to wait 11 months until some of these ships are finished. And we're also going to increase our docks whenever we can. Right, so they've all commissioned some ships. A major arms firm wants to sell ships to a South American country. Allow it. Heavy secondary battery. So now we can have secondary guns of 7 inches or more in our battleships. If we could build battleships, which we can't yet. New docks completed. Steel industry wants a stronger navy. Shall we mention the importance of a strong navy to the steel industry, to the Dowager Empress? And that would give us budget and tension, or the navy is not a tool for increasing their profits. Well, I'm going to go for that one because I want prestige at the moment. And we can't really build very big ships at the moment. I can increase my dock size because that's a very high priority. We must improve our accounting practices. The British government is offering to sell us the rights of 7-inch guns of quality Nor. Yes. I think perhaps our next ships will be armed with 7-inch guns. Now we can build ships of 8,000 tons. Or maybe when these ones are completed, maybe we'll build a new class of destroyer first. Right, you are asked in an interview which nation you see as the most likely enemy in a future war. What is your answer? Well, looking at who's got the smallest budget, it really wants to be Japan or Russia, doesn't it? We could probably beat them. We could beat the Japanese. Have got 4 battleships and 2 heavy cruisers, whereas the Russians got 4 and 6, which is bigger than the Japanese. I think it probably really wants to be Japan. It is without a doubt Japan. That gives us budget and tension. Let's have a look at the map. So Japan has got Formosa, which we can invade. And can they, I'm not sure whether they can invade, I think they can probably invade Shanghai, but not southern China because it counts as a core territory. Yes, home area. So they might be able to invade Shanghai, but they won't be able to invade northern China. And we've also got Hainan. So maybe we will be having a war with France at some point to get these territories, and Britain to get Hong Kong, and also Britain, Germany and Russia to get these territories here. But Japan would allow us to get Formosa, providing we win, of course. Now, we've got these light cruisers here. They're going to be completed soon. So when they're completed, I'm going to build a class of destroyers. And also some bigger cruisers now that we can go up to 8,000 tons. You are asked by a journalist to comment on the visiting ships. Impressed by their well-built and advanced ships, that reduces our prestige. Happy to have hosted these fine ships. Rust buckets with indifferently trained sailors. Well, I'm not going to do that because it's rude, so I'm happy to have hosted these fine ships. The USA appears to be considering a naval rearmament program. Should we condemn them? That gives us budget, prestige and tension. No threat increases tension. We could always complain. I think I'm going to say they're no threat to us because I don't want to ramp up tensions. Now let's have a look at our existing class of destroyer, and we'll build a new class that will be better. So we want to bump up the displacement. So we're going to build this, call this the Cannon. So this has got an extra knot of speed, and it's also got 4-inch guns instead of 3-inch guns. It's got 3 weight remaining. I think that's going to be quite a decent destroyer, so let's build some of those. Okay, so let's play the next move. We need good guns, and this is an opportunity to get them. We can now produce 10-inch guns. So our next class of ship will be 8,000 tons and will have 10-inch guns. So let's go to the build screen, and we're going to build some of these. And so that's 8 of the new Cannon class destroyers. They're slightly bigger than the old destroyers. Wei Qing 3 is commissioned. So that's another ship that we've got commissioned. Japan has proposed a 5-year security agreement between our nations. We should enter such an agreement. Reduces budget and tension. Broader arrangements does the same thing. Avoid entanglements. We want a treaty with someone, so let's negotiate that with Japan. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look at my ships in service, and I'm going to put a few in mothballs to reduce costs. So after putting a lot of ships into either mothballs or reserve, we now have a much bigger monthly balance, and that's good because it means we can build some new ships of a new advanced design, which will be 8,000 tons. Or we could wait 4 months and build one of up to 10,000 tons. So I think I'm going to do that. Fleet tactics. Let's have a look at our research in fleet tactics. We'll keep that on medium for now. One of our cruisers has ran aground on the shore of a minor nation. Prestige and tension. Prestige reduce. I think we'll just let them examine the ship. We've now got 9-inch guns, which is good. Let's have a look at our guns. So we've now got 9-inch quality 0 or 10-inch quality -1. Probably 9 inches is a bit better. Right, so we've now got 10,000 ton ships, so let's build some. So we're going to call these the high big because they're bigger than anything we've covered. And we're going to increase that. If we have that at 9 inches, it can penetrate 5.8, and 10 inches can penetrate 5.3. So that's going to be a 9-inch gun. Right, and so this has got, it's an armoured cruiser, and it's got a 9-inch main armament, which is quite heavy, and a 7-inch secondary armament, which is also quite good, and a 4-inch tertiary armament, which should be good against destroyers. Can we bump this up a bit? I think we'll put this on one mountain. Okay, so that's the high big, and we'll be able to build those in 3 moves time. Unexpected advances in armour development. We've now got Krupp armour. We've got hold of the blueprints for Imperator Pavel. That's got 4 12-inch guns. Our new ship is going to have 4 9-inch guns, so it's smaller than that. It's going to have a 7-inch secondary battery, the same as the Russian ship. It's going to be faster than the Russian ship at 23 knots, so it will be able to run away from it if it needs to. So it's okay. For this point in the game, it's an okay ship. So let's go to the build screen. And we're building 2 of them. When that one finishes, that will free up some money, and these destroyers are finishing soon, so we'll maybe end up with a class of 4 of them. The USA has laid down in Oregon. UU has commissioned into the Navy. It has trouble reaching its design speed. And so we're going to build another high big. So that's another high big building, and that's put us in deficit, but we've got some destroyers completing. 5 destroyers are commissioned. The Dowager Empress has made a foreign policy gaffe. I would never presume to undercut the authority of the Dowager Empress. That gives us prestige and tension. Agree to make a banned statement which reduces prestige. Divert attention by making a statement criticising the adventurous foreign policy of, well, that would probably be Russia or someone. But that increases tension, which we don't really want. Budget and tension. That gives us prestige and tension, so I think we're going to do that. Pressure hull. So can we build submarines now? No, we can't. Okay. So let's play the next move. And 3 destroyers are commissioned into the Navy. We've now got the whole of the blueprints of the Russian Bogatyr, which is the same one we saw before, I think. 9,000 tons. It's got a 5-inch belt, whereas ours have got, I think, a 6-inch belt. It's got 2 10-inch guns, whereas ours have got 4 9-inch guns, probably a better quality, and a secondary armament of 7-inch guns. Our ship is heavier than theirs, and it's also 3 knots faster. So our new high bigs are going to be better than their Bogatyrs. So that's good. And let's see where the Russians have got their ships. Now, Russia has got most of its ships in Europe. It's got 5 battleships and 6 heavy cruisers. Here it's got nothing. The only thing that we've got facing us is Japan, really, and down here we've got, there's quite a few countries have got ships down there. So that's all for this episode. I think we've made a good start on this. We've got our dock size up to 10,000 tons. We're building some pretty decent ships now, the 3 high bigs, which are as good as armoured cruisers as anyone else has got. And in terms of what ships we've got a whole load of light cruisers. Most of them are 4,000 tons. We've got a transitional 6,000 ton ship. We've got loads of destroyers. We've got more destroyers than anyone else. We've got 58. if you compare us to Japan, Japan's only got 19 and Russia's only got 18. So we're doing very well in destroyers. So that's the end of this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I have as well. And if you did like it, press the like button and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you on the next episode.